Peace and love. If anyone should come in, I'm just I'm just kind of trying to document a little bit of what I'm doing because it might be been. I mean, I know that for my proteges, it will be beneficial. My beautiful and wonderful genealogist, upcoming genealogist that I hope just run with this. And so much of the interface really has to be learned without so much guidance. I have a son who is just like really good with electronics, and whenever I ask him to show me how to do something, he just does it, and I don't know how still, and he just don't have the patience. But anyway, I'm gonna be building because I'll try to talk about what I'm doing, but I might have to. I'm just doing this thing, so I don't know if I'm gonna talk a lot, but um, I might, come back and forth and watch to see if maybe someone comes in. But this is sort of about getting it documented and then maybe getting some, rerunning it for questions from some of my nieces that are right now interested. They are home from school, or they're out of school, and they finally got bored enough, I guess, and they found themselves very interested. Thank goodness. So I am at a place right here where I have a file. I don't want to keep going back, but I want to explain something here. I don't like to put too much comments here. I like to put the comment right here so that people can see them immediately. You don't have to open up something to see the comment, because I also want to spark interest and communication. I want someone, to drop a line, or, say, you know what, I got some information that might be useful for you. Because for me, this is about a build. It's about creating the most true and effective tree that I can, that can eliminate um, a lot of errors that I have seen in trees. And it doesn't mean that I won't make an error either. It means let's um, let's network and try to get it all figured out as truthfully as we can. So what's happening right here is that this particular screenshot that I just took is so that I can save it to Pinky Lee, who is listed as a Douglas on this particular birth index. I think it is birth index. And so I am wanting to show that because it's really like one of maybe two sources, but it's not selectable to add to her. I don't want to add it to her. So here's Pinky Lee Douglas. She's listed as the mother on here. A person would need to open it up, but it's proof that at least there's some documentation that she is the mother of Roy Jean. So I don't want to save it to her. So this is her. This is the only source that I could find for her, and there's no last name here. Okay, this is one that I could literally say there are no hints for her, but the one thing that I could find for Roy was a birth index. This is the birth index. And in his birth index, you see, they list her. And that's what I just showed. So I opened it and took a snapshot. If I try to save it to her, I really can't. She's not selectable. So view the record will usually make everyone selectable. I can't select anyone. It's Roy Jean's source, and I cannot select her to add it to her. There's no way to do it. So if I save it to her, if I go here and I go save to someone in my tree, and I select Pinky, peace and love. If anyone came into this build, I appreciate anyone who supports what what I do, because everybody doesn't. So okay, so if I try to attach it, I don't have. First of all, it's on Roy Jean. I can't select her. Then I save it to her. Then it could cause some confusion, even though I don't check the date, even though I don't check anyway. It's a source for Roy Jean. If I save it to her, it may confuse the already seemingly impossible. It's the impossible search for her. And I think she might be still alive, and I have been in touch with. So I won't save it to her. So the next best thing is just take a picture of it and add it to her, so people that might see her can see her. Okay, so if I do a search, I mean, it's been a while since I saw this and worked on this. Okay. Her, her name, I think, is really Pinky. I don't, I just, so I'm not going to spend no time there, because what I'm really working on is the shared matches. So the other thing that I wanted to do here is I don't have any reference, because at the time that I was working on this, I wasn't putting a reference to the DNA matches. It was a certain way that I was working. Now I'm a lot more I mean, I could accept this as a hint, but if I don't, it's not going anywhere. So it's just as good to me to just not spend so much time here and go on to the next thing. So I did not make a reference to how I found these relatives. What is this? Okay. So I want to, which is instead of me going back, I'm just gonna go to summary here, and I'm gonna just do view all. And I'm just gonna go search right here. Match name is Roddy. I didn't make a reference to them, and I need to do that. Just to make references to matches that I figured out, so that I don't continue to do that. So All right, so yeah, Stalin is one of the Roddies, but he doesn't have a tree, and it's not just because his last name is Roddy. It's because he matches the Roddies that I was just showing. So this is actually one of those, and I didn't make a note and or any reference. So this is also one of those Roddies. Okay. And actually, Earlene Nelms is also one of those Roddies, which is like a double relationship because they match my mother for more than one reason. So they both have six in their tree. This one is managed by Nia, and this one doesn't say that, but I think they are having the same small amount of information though, but in their tree. So this one is showing Roy Jean Roddy. That was Sea Breeze, and this one I passed them, I think. This one. So so this Sea Breeze is saying it's managed by Nia, and this MO is saying it's managed by this Sea Breeze. So it was probably the same tree. Yeah, it's the same tree. So that's the Roy Jean that I was just showing. Roy Jean Roddy, which was the only thing I had to go on at first. I eventually did. So this person, they have a public tree, but they this is all, they didn't work any further than this on their tree. So I think I don't know, I don't remember if I have all of this. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Ancestry, I know I've mentioned it before, is starting to use African American on records that say black or colored or what have you. They're actually changing it in their transcription here to say African American, and I don't like it, not at all. So do I have this? If I have this file, then it will show up here. Now, I have many trees that I wanted to work out before I added it to my public tree. And I felt initially when I started doing genealogy that I should, be careful. I don't want to put, anything wrong out there. I was just very paranoid about a lot of things. And now I'm not. I'm free to put whatever I want in my tree, false, negative. I could add records to anybody. That's just, that's what a lot of people do. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that I was very particular about what I wanted to add to my public tree, as people should be. However, now I am willing to work it out in my public tree because I am trying to um, provoke communication. So sometimes on a marriage record, it will we'll see parents' names, because I don't know if Pinky Douglas is the sister of another Douglas that's married to parents of second part gives consent. Is that all? Never seen that before. No parents on names? Oh yes, parents' names. Wow. No. So I'm going to just flip the page because maybe it's 2 pages. I think this is not the same one now. I think the other one was the state of Missouri. I Carrie Marie. Yeah, I don't think so. So they didn't put parents' names on there. It don't appear. I will. I would like to read that what it's saying. All marriages between parents and children, including grandparents and grandchildren of every degree, between brothers and sisters of the half, as well as the whole blood, between uncles, nieces, aunts, and nephews, first cousins, and between persons who lack capacity to enter into a marriage contract, are presumptively void, and it shall be unlawful for any city, county, or state official having authority to issue marriage licenses to issue such marriage licenses to the person heretofore designated. We, the undersigned, on our oath or affirmation hereby state and declare that we are not related to each other as designated above. That don't even it look like it's for this bride and groom. Oh, it isn't. I went a page back. So that is parents and children and grandparents and grand and every degree between brothers and sisters, parents and whole blood, to uncles, nieces, aunts, nephews, first cousins. Okay. All right. So it says something about the parents, but not. So now I'm going to let me see if anyone came in. I don't want to be like rude. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Thanks for hanging out. Um, let's see. I understand not putting things there that's questionable. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Rashid, you know what? I did put it there today or yesterday, actually. Thank you. I hope he still hear me. I did put it there. It is Empress Isha 999 all together. And there is a picture of me there, which is just like my face. And I'm Muslim. If you all don't know, I don't. I do sometimes. I'll have a conversation about that. But so I do wear hijab. Okay, okay. So it's a picture of myself, and I do have a hair covering over myself, and it's just really mostly of my face. But I'm gonna put it here. Oops. So it's $EMPRESSISHA 999. That's the cash app. And I appreciate you. I do appreciate you for asking. I'm not. We should not be so, you know, that we turn down gifts. It's like, don't do it. Let people um give if they want to give, and give, and don't be so, you know unwilling to receive. And I do appreciate you. But so that whole thing that I did about not putting anything in the tree, I'm gonna go back to my tree and work. The whole thing about like not putting stuff in the tree, I wasn't sure about. So that's why I do a lot of notes in my so I'm surprised that I have not put this with Roy, because I'm pretty sure this is Roy. But okay, but say I'm not, and I do want to add that record to him, then I might put the record there, and I might put in the. Oh, I just want to go out of here. I might put the record there, And then yeah, I think that V is probably supposed to be a G. Did he go? But see, he lived and died. He did marry a Sharon Denise, and that says Sharon D. See, and where's the Herbert coming from? Oh, I do have it saved. Oh, okay. So let me explain. So this is the tree that I dropped. Like at first, I was just like creating a tree for everybody. Like I had no idea initially, but you can like have a 100 trees. I guess I don't know if everybody have that or if they just have some leniency. I don't know, but this tree is the tree that I began to use after probably I've been doing some genealogy like maniac style since I started doing genealogy, which was 2015 if I'm not mistaken. So for 5 years pretty much exact, I have been like just like really, you know, just this way though. Not really doing too much traveling. I can't not do that, right? I wasn't able to do that then, and this was but I've been like, I've had missed lots of work and a lot of other different um, things that I might should have participated in because my head was into trying to get this work done. For at least 2 or 3 years, I was just creating trees. And then finally, I said, you know what? I just cannot. I am going to just use one tree once I realized, once I realized that you can drop a person in a tree I, and they not attached to anyone else, you can have trees within a tree. That was the end of that. And I relaxed and this is so this is not saved. I have it saved, but not to my public tree. All of my trees are private other than one. I think, that's the way I think I eventually did because I didn't want people to see my workout. Now I do want people to see my workout. So the way that I selected Sharon D. Herbert Jr., because when I selected her, I got suggested records to pop up. And that tells me if she is really that person more than not. So, you know, I don't know. He could have been in the military and married her, or, I don't know why he would do that. Why he would go be all the way in Missouri getting married, but military is pretty good reason. But see, here's a Sharon Jones in Texas, and they're in Texas. So what's going on? So this one is dated the 28th of January, 78. This one is the only way to see the date on this one is to open it up. 12th of January, 78. I think that sounds like 12th of January, 78. 28th of January, 78. That's, it's something strange about that, but it's like so not like I like this is why I spend so much time doing stuff is because like that I can't take it. Like that bothers me that I'm seeing something so conflicting, but and I just feel such a need to figure it out. Like why is her name Herbert Jr. on one other than I mean I don't understand. This is a marriage index that's dated like what 14 days later. Let me come to y'all. Maybe, just maybe, somebody else might have a suggestion. Any suggestions? I can't figure that out. I'm just like, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it either. I really don't, because for what? So, all right. So let me go to the Finder Grave. Maybe in Finder Grave, sometimes there's a bio, but in this case, it's not. Now, um, I do know that this place, McCurtain County in Oklahoma, is near, the place in Texas where they are. Um, if I do the obituary collection, sometimes names drop down. She could have been, if she was born in 56. Oh, wait. 56 to 78 is not, it's just 18 years. So if she was a Herbert, where is the Herbert coming from? It gotta be two different people. It doesn't make sense. So here's a newspaper obituary, which is a really, really good source. Now, I think newspapers is about $12 or something more a month or something. But if you don't have it, for the most part, most of the time when I go to look at a newspaper obituary, I don't get to see it. Well, this is such a small obituary that it probably is not going to give information, and it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about her descendants. So I'm going to stop myself. I really am. Like this is not what I'm done here. I'm done here. So the point of this whole build, this whole part of this build, let me just exit and stop. Sometimes you got to do that. Let me ask you something here. Phyllis, if you're there, Sister Phyllis, do you ever, and Rashid, if you all ever just have to just shut the computer, just close it and just say, you know what? I'm done. You see, this is Otho. Hi, Otho Williams. I agree. There is a document that has every being in America, at least, that we have our whole family account of who we all are. Yeah, I believe that too. There's a way to get it, but it's not known to the public yet. Oh yeah, I believe that too. I believe they know. When I say they, I want to say someone, probably with like a lot of like so much money that, or some institution like the Catholic Church, or you know, I, the Mormons have our records as far as I know. Like it'll pop up, and let me do it like this. Let me just reduce the screen to this. Um, the Mormon Church has a pop up that comes up when you are doing ancestry. I don't know when it pops up exactly. Okay, but I'm leaving this alone. Oh, okay. Guess what? I figured out something. Now, I'm gonna go back to what that is, Otho, that we were just talking about. Otho or Otha. I'm not sure how you would pronounce that, but um, I believe that Evelyn Jones, her mother, according to the way this appears, gave her last name, and that's why you see Jones. But in all actuality, and more traditionally, we get our father's last names, and her father is probably the Herbert. So maybe, but she's from McCurtain, Oklahoma. Why they would go all the way to Missouri to get married, I don't know. So so the only thing I could do is I'm just gonna look quickly, and I know I hey stop right is I can I don't know if I have saved her mother because she's not directly related to me. It's her husband that is, that I know of, because you don't know, you know. But okay, so I did save her. Now this is my drop tree. This is the tree when I was trying to like figure everything out, right? See the note I had made? And that's what I was my point. Let's just say I'm unsure of something, then I'm going to use the suffix box because I don't like making notes over here. I don't want to. I want my notes to be for me to see. I don't want to open up nothing to see my notes. So I put them right here. So you can't see from here that I'm using the suffix box. The only way you can see where it is, what I'm, that I use the suffix box is if I'm doing a quick edit. See? And I put Herbert on marriage certificate. But so, maybe they got married in Missouri or applied to for marriage in Missouri or had to, I don't know. I just can't. But anyway, so this is what I was going for. I wanted to put some reference to that I don't have to keep researching that particular DNA match. Now I have it in my tree, my drop tree, who this DNA match is, that why I'm even saving anybody in this area, in any of these people in this area, but not in my public tree. I want that in my public tree. So so they have like 11 hints for her. I don't need to do this, but I'm thinking her father is a Herbert. But do they have any reference to her father? Just that marriage certificate. You see, ancestry. See, this could be her, but I doubt it. So that's Richmond, Virginia. Her mother was born in McCurtain. They stayed in McCurtain. Now here is it could be two different people because this is Peoria, Illinois. Might be like going, maybe closer to Missouri. I don't know though. Um. So okay, so that's enough. But I could look and see what member trees are saving her, which are the. This one is the DNA match, and this one I haven't seen before. And I won't know if her father is a Herbert. Um. So I don't need that. Now I want to get back to this conversation here. You good? Oh, okay. Otha, Otha, Otha. Okay, Otha. You're first. You're the first. Let's see to say Otha. Wow. Oh no. Thank you. Let's see. That's interesting. Going to look that up. That might be marriage laws. Yeah, the marriage. That. Yeah, I never saw that before. Yeah. Um. I think you might. I think when what you're talking about is when I read the whole thing they had there about who cannot get, who they will not, are not allowed to marry, who I guess the justice system is not allowed to marry. But Anyway, I really am not gonna stay on that. I'm gonna go. Oh, I wanted to go back to this. I wish, I do wish that it was way. There's only one way, and I left my charger cord, and I can't find the other one, so my phone is dead. So, and I don't care that it's dead, and so I can't get on there to watch this stream, so I could keep up with when you're responding. And unfortunately, if I go to, well, something. Let me try something here. So if I share screen and I just do application window, I wonder if it will. I don't know. Chrome tab. What about that? Well, let's see. See, I still cannot see the StreamYard when I just. Oh, I can, but I can't operate on the screen. Y'all just gotta. I'm sort of like a I'm sort of like working through my whole stream. Now I have created some works that I have on YouTube on this channel uh, with pre-recorded and editing and like putting together some things like that. But as far as my live stream yards, they are more spontaneous, not necessarily, they could go a lot of ways. And so it's like a we'll learn this together kind of thing. And so this is the first time that I'm trying like just sharing a tab. So I guess what that would mean is like I could share a tab and I'm just enlarging my screen, and I could just like stay on this screen and talk about something, and at the same time I could in this case sharing a screen like this, I would be able to talk about what's on the screen and see comments at the same time. But that not being able to work is not an option for me. Like that's the whole point. So I would have to just do that, and then eventually, sometimes, But thank you, Otha. I do appreciate the encouragement, and a lot of times I just build like, and I was like, I get so far, I kind of forget, you know, um, that I need to check back and I be kind of going deep. But the I've been doing this a little while, and uh, with the premise that it's not necessarily for company. It is always good to have some company, but because I'm not dependent on the company to do this, because I'm motivated to do this because it needs to be documented. It's going to help someone else. It's going to help my um, uh, descendants to have something to look at in the future uh, regarding how I've come to conclusions and put together the information that I've put together. So I'm going now back. I'm going to just close this tab like I was trying to do before. And I'm going back to um, here. But meanwhile, I am going to. So, okay, Seabreeze. So Seabreeze, I have not put in my public tree still. I'm going to do it now. So what I need is to remember 65 centimorgans, and I need to go to my tree, and I need to go to my public tree. This is my public tree. And I need to put a reference. This is this portion of the tree. And I need to put a reference. Now I could either put the reference here, or see, this is the Roy that married Sharon. See, she's not attached to him. Like Roddy, he has Florence attached to him, and I'm not sure. I mean, I know he married her, but I'm not sure why it's got those dots there. I don't know if you all see that perforation. Did I share? I did share my screen, right? Okay. Okay. Let me go back. I don't know why this is perforated. I mean, why? She's his wife. So why is it a perforation? Okay. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna spend. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Okay. All right. So I don't know why that's like that. It should look like this as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I don't have any idea. So the deal is, see John Roddy. See I have DNA from his lineage and DNA matches from this brother's lineage, both of them. So I see Pinky Lee is a Douglas, but I also have DNA matches from Billy Joel Douglas here. Okay, so let me explain something. This is one just go through. I'm just trying to force the screen over. I gotta wait, I think. All right. All right. So I had a DNA match, and it was clear to me that it was more than one in that family that was matching. Okay. And actually, this is a part of that circle of this Mark Sank here is a part of the circle of those matches. So I'm going to just see if I can. Okay. So it's actually his mother. This is his mother. So this is Mark St. Keir. This is his mother. Okay. She's on a different account. She's on an account with his father, but it's his mother. This is his father, Albert, and it's his mother who's the reason why we match Mark. But we don't know exactly who our common ancestor is. So because his mother is a generation above him, generally she's going to match my mother at a higher match than her son would. So when I do a shared match on her, I'll have more matches. See, her son. Let me go back. These are closer cousins that my mother's closer cousins For see 427 centimorgans, 388 centimorgans. They what they have in common is uh, uh, a grandfather. One is a great grandfather. So at any rate, so this is CS, who I just showed you here. This is her son Mark, and his relationship. When I look at the people that I know how we match. I know how I match this person. If you click here, you'll see common ancestor, and our common ancestor is Mary Ann Carter here. So this is my mother's DNA. This is her father, not his DNA, but her father, and his father's mother. And this is Teresa and her mother, and her mother's mother, and her mother's father. And they were siblings. And that's why we match, right? And when I do through lines, I might see, more people. Like there are 7 DNA matches that also match Teresa and match me. Well, my mom, and 2 more files that come under my mom, like my daughter and my nephew. Let's say that. But so these are all siblings, and there are people who took DNA matches that have a tree, because you have to have a tree. You have to have a public tree to be able to have a through line. If you don't attach yourself to a tree, you don't have a through line. Let me just see. Do you all know about that? Do you all know about through lines? Okay, let me go back. So what's helpful about a through line is you can see this, more clearly. So Seabreeze that I was just working on, the Roddy family, Seabreeze leads to the Roddy family. See, these are people who took the test. These are people who took the test. And what they're showing you is these are John's children. John is one of those 3 siblings. And these are his children. And these are children of his children. And it just helps you to see the web. Okay. I would have to do this drop down to see that one. So these are all of John's children who actually have people who eventually took a DNA test and actually have a tree to connect their cells to. If you don't have a tree, then you can't. The ancestry won't take. But this brings to mind. This right here brings to mind what Otha was saying, that there's probably they have something called a world tree that people are putting the information into, but I think they already have all that information. I mean, that's what social security numbers basically are. They attach you to someone, and so all of these different ways of documenting people. I'm sure that they have a huge tree that tells you where everyone is that have been, that's documented, unless somebody is undocumented. So all she has to have is this little bit of a tree to be in the through line. You don't have to I don't even think you have to put sources. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to go back because my main thing was to just go ahead and add a note. So this is my matches with CS, which is a Saint here by marriage. And so this is CS, that DNA match. This is the DNA of her brother's son's descendants. And some of these, people, it would be nice to figure out where they fall in to this tree. So the people that I know how I match, that I shared matches with her, are all looking to be the ones that I know lead back to the Carter family. Her tree is private. If it were not private, I know how she matches. If it were not a private tree, she would be listed in that through line. So I haven't figured out quite a few of the people that I matches with CS. And I thought that Seabreeze was a match with her. But okay, so let me see. So this is my mother's cousin. His mother and my mother's grandfather, his mother and my mother's grandfather, paternal grandfather, are siblings. So he's like he was her last and youngest son, and he's younger than my mother, but he's in a generation above my mother. Now, I have his file, so if I want to see how he matches her, and what DNA shared matches she has with her, then I go down to his file, and now I'm looking at his match with her. Now he has less centimorgans, but is he going to bring different shared matches? Yes, he has a few different shared matches. Okay. But I forget which one that brings the noun in. Okay. So I just wanted to show that. I'm going back to my mother's, because I thought that I had Nelms as a shared match, which is leading to the sea breeze. But I don't. Sorry about all the scrolling. Oh, what in the world? So I definitely have come to the conclusion, though, that I'm not going to figure it all out. I'm not going to figure everything out. Hmm. I don't know how it is that I got on the Nelms match, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm just going to go right to it again and add. Oh, I mean, I'm right here at it actually. So anyway, I'm going to This is a conglomerate of like a double match situation. Because when I go up in the tree up this high, see, this is my mother's grandfather, my great grandfather, and this is Jimmy's mother. See, they're siblings. And this is Myrtle, another sister. And my grandfather, well, this is my great grandfather, has a twin, Jesse, Frank and Jesse. Okay. I think they thought that was cute. Anyway, their father also had, he had maybe three wives or four, and one of the children uh, of Jim Sanders here, right? He married like four times. See, here's his wives: Ella, Mary, Bernice, and Daisy. He didn't have children with Daisy. So Daisy did have children. You see that line coming here, but not with Jim. If she had children with Jim, the line would be coming from here. Um. Anyway, so he did have a son named Charlie Sanders, and Charlie, I forget which one of the wives. So here's Charlie. If I follow this line, it'll tell me. But instead, I could just go to him. But my main concern is that, see, Charlie Sanders, he married Bonnie Lipscomb, and they had a daughter that connected to the Douglas family here. Here, Earlene Sanders. So Charlie had a daughter, Earlene Sanders. Charlie, which connects the Roddies. See, Sanders has a DNA match. A descendant, Earlene Nelms. See, Earlene and Otis have uh, Dorothy, and Dorothy's daughter with Nelms here is Earlene. So she's a DNA match, right? And I used to use like a green. Sometimes I'll just put it like a green. They make this completely green to so that I could just look at this tree and see the DNA matches, right? Just like upload a green photo, like something like doing something like this. But anyway, so Earlene also is connected to the Roddy. So in other words, she shares DNA with that Roddy family also. So here, look here. So Earlene is her mother was a Douglas. Okay. So when you come over here, a Douglas, her mother is a Douglas and a Sanders. See? Douglas Sanders. So when you come over and you look at her other children here, we have a Roy Jean, a female Roy Jean. And I believe they named Roy Jean after her. And you know what? You know what I think? I think I just figured it out. I think that is Pinky. This is probably Pinky. So I didn't know if Pinky was related to those Douglases. I just knew that they were see they're related double. So this is the proof that this is Roy Jean, their daughter. See, Otis, and this is Elaine is really Earlene. Okay, and see Roy Jean. So if I looked at it here, I bet that's why Roy Jean is named Roy Jean, because his mother was Roy Jean, which it's crazy how names go, and they probably just call her Pinky like a nickname. But you do have some people whose names are Pinky. See here, Roy Jean, daughter. And so why, when you look at it, they have Isaac in the middle. Isaac, who is a brother in the middle of Otis and her, Earlene. See, the transcriber thinks it's Elaine and put Elaine, but it's Earlene. Earlene Sanders, as a matter of fact. Anyway, so Roy Jean was one of the daughters, and I'm pretty sure that that makes sense now. So for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put them together. But first of all, I'm gonna make a note here so that if anyone sees this, they can say, "Yeah, you're right." Hopefully, is I think this is Pinky, mother of Roy Jean, and I should put a birth year, but I can't remember his birth year right now. So now that's gonna show up. See, so when somebody sees this is a public tree, only thing is they won't see her because she's living. I can't put a death date there. I don't have any reason to. Now I might get some hints on Roy Jean Douglas. You know, I see they don't have any hints, so let me just do a search. I don't know. No, I don't really have a. I don't really see. Well, oh, here's a Roy Jean Douglas, but I don't have any reason to think that's her. Out of Lamar County. No, I don't think so. She was only one. But look at that. So this is their daughter, age 1 years old. Let me see here. So maybe that's why Pinky named her son after Roy Jean in memory of her sister. She was just a new baby at 1 years old. Sugar diabetes. She was 1 year and 2 months old, 22 days. Um, I usually try to see who is the informant, you know, but I don't. Tommy Lee Sharp, maybe that's the informant. So that is a death certificate for Roy Jean. So I'm gonna look to see if it's her by just doing save to her and see. She was born in 39, so yeah, that's her. So I am gonna I'm just select her name. I usually don't do that, but it's no reason not to. And I'm gonna add the right birth date. And I'm not gonna select this for her name and save it. So it's not Pinky. like I thought. But the question was, is Pinky? Uh, the real question is Pinky Roy? Okay, so let me go back to the fact that Dorothy Douglas, right here, is the mother of Earlene Nelms, a DNA match. Okay. Um, and I'm actually gonna show you all as what I do. So first of all, let me just find. Okay, so you see these green people up here? That means they suggesting a parent, right? If you don't already know, this is for people who don't know. So what I do is I just do a snapshot of this. So I can have a green lady and a green man. Green for go for me. Okay. Then what I do is when I have a DNA match, as I do here, I can go to Earlene, go to the profile, go to the gallery. I know that Earlene is, I have her name on the obituary, the newspaper obituary, and that confirms it's her. Go to upload media, drag or click upload. I know this top file, it doesn't, it's usually this one. Double click here. Well, that wasn't right. Go to gallery, upload a photo, drag or click. I double clicked it. It usually is enough to just double click it. All right. And then you have to press done or it's not there. And now I have that there. So now I want to make this green just so I can see a chart. So I'm going to go here. You got, because I can't just click here. I have to click here to get this image. I just want to make that clear. And I'm gonna say save this picture right here. See, I ain't even gonna reduce the box and just press done. And that shows me that she's a match. And she's a match through her mother, but I want that picture of the obituary to stay here. So through her mother, she's a match here. Now it's a double match. I was saying that earlier. The double match is that Otis Douglas is the grandson of Bob and Vina Wilson. Well, Bob Wilson is Mary Carter that I talked about earlier. That's her son. So Mary Carter's son, which is my great grandfather, who the twin, that my great grandfather's is his father's um it's his sorry. Okay, I gotta think it out. So Bob Wilson is my great grandfather, my mother's father's mother's brother. Bob Wilson is my mother's father's father, her paternal grandfather's mother's brother. Both Bernice, my mother's paternal grandfather's mother, Bernice Wilson, and her brother Bob Wilson, their mother is Mary Ann Carter, who had children and, according to the way it appears, married a John Wilson. Okay. So that's one reason, that's one of the reasons why Dorothy Douglas matches. The other reason why she matches is because that same grandfather's father, his father's other son with another mother, is Dorothy's mother's father. Okay. Now is everybody crazy now? Because that'd be kind of rough. How y'all doing out there? Oh, okay. Okay, I hope y'all okay with this build and it makes some sense. Yeah, you can make trees private if that's what you mean. So literally I would be making him green and her green. But right now I'm only gonna follow her this line. Right? So I'm going to Earlene. I'm just showing the Sanders connection. And so I have to do the same thing. Go to the gallery. Add an upload of media. Drag it or add it twice. I don't know why you got to do it twice. Double click the screenshot. Done when it's done. Select the profile picture. Select the profile picture. Slide to the right. And done. Then I go right here to Charlie. And because I want to leave his obituary there, I won't do that. And then here's Jim Simeon. And he's got a death certificate for his thing. So I don't want to do that. I wish it was a way I could like make a green border around here or something, but I can't. All right. So when I do tools and view and tree, or I could have did it here. I could do it here or here. Now I should see sort of a mapping. And then I'm going to go do the same thing going the other way to show the Roddy's connection to her. And then I think I'm going to just close. I don't know how much more longer I'm going to work. I'm going to see if anybody out there want to ask me anything. If anyone wants a little help, I'll help someone for a few minutes. Oh my goodness, Lanny, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. I had to I was on a hiatus for about, shoot, I don't even know how long it was, maybe 3 months. And finally I was able to get it together and start doing some more work. It's good to see you. And so I've been kind of going kind of hard a little bit here lately, trying to show some work and share some work and just get back involved with doing what I love to do. So this upload is taking so long that I just want to go back key because I don't have a refresh option, and I'm going to do view and tree again. All right. Hopefully it just won't go take that long to view in the tree. There we go. All right. So what I'm should be looking at here is a pattern that shows that I have the DNA connection and how it shows up. Yeah. So I'll spend about like 15 minutes if anyone wants me to look for someone or something like that. And then my voice is getting tired, so I know I probably should lay down. Come on. I hate when it goes like this. And I really can't do anything either. Okay. And I just really wonder, why is it all the way over here? You know what this makes me think? Because I'm not coming back to the same place, like, oh, okay. Yeah, here we are. I gotta slide it over. Cause see the Wilson, see this is Lila Wilson and then Bob Wilson, and all of them are over here. And it'll be back, like I'm trying to slide it over. All right. Okay. So it's so many people, it's only a small community. So um this is John Wilson, another of Mary Ann Carter's sons, who married Pinky Tennant, which is the sister of Jim Sanders. But they have different fathers. Her father was a Tennant. So that's two sisters. I'm sorry, a brother and a sister that married a brother and a sister. Only they were half sisters. But I'm really trying to get back over to the Sanders. But I wanted to see it in the tree. So see the black dot here? That should be the last person I was looking at. So I'm just dragging that over here. I was dragging the. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. Let me come back over there and give it a chance to catch up. Be encouraged. We need you. So many ideas. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's it gets easy sometimes to just kind of like need to go in a hole, and you have to. We all do have to try hard not to do that. So I'm just going to exit that, close a tab, and I'm going to go in from here, tools, view and tree. And what I'm trying to do right now is just, now here's better. This is better. I call it green out opposed to white out. I'm trying to green out to show the pattern of some connections. There we go. So Earlene to Dorothy, which I wish I could somehow connect with it more of a green, to Earlene, which went to Charlie, etc. But now, because of Earlene, all of these Douglases, Billy, who married a Roddy, okay, and I believe Pinky. So let's look at it like this. Wait. I'm looking for Roy Jean and Are they under Billy? Let's see. Okay, so the Roddies. All right, so here it is. So here is Billie Jean Douglas, right? You don't see this, but Billie Jean Douglas is the mother. The mother is Earlene Sanders. Billie Jean's mother is Earlene Sanders. Now I have DNA connection with the Roddies here, and the shared matches for the Roddies lead to they match Earlene nouns, and maybe they match Earlene nouns because Pinky is a Douglas. I really can't say, but is Pinky a Douglas? I can't find Pinky, who is Roy Jean's mother. I can't find her. Here she is. I can't find her to attach her to any parents. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to try to attach her to her parents. So the only thing I have basically is looking at like the DNA matches and seeing like that the fact is that they do match. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, let's see. Search. Match name. Roddy. Search. Just because their last name is Roddy don't mean that they associated with that particular family. But but this one is. So I'll just pull him up. He's the highest centimorgans. Centimorgans right here. They go in descending order. The lower centimorgans, down toward the bottom. And then I'll do a shared match on him, and you'll see more Roddies. You know. So I'm just going down and see. This is Seabreeze 11, and when you open that tree, I'm doing this because I've already looked. You see a Roddy right here, which is the Roy Jean that I was just showing in my tree, and then Seabreeze. See here, same tree. It's the same tree, and then see Earlene nouns. See Starling Roddy, and my mom. This is my granddaughter's picture. I use her picture because she represents so many people in terms of what is in her DNA. And anyway, that's my mother and Starling Roddy, and this is their shared matches. Everyone that both Starling matches and my mother matches also, but the centimorgans they're showing you is how much centimorgans she matches this person, or all of these people match with her. So Tia matches her at 1,720 centimorgans. Jimmy matches her. It doesn't tell you how many centimorgans that they match Starling at. Tia might match Starling at 20 centimorgans. I don't know. I have her file so I can check. But if I didn't have her file, I wouldn't know that. Okay. So these are the matches they have in common. Well, she's a Sanders. He's a Sanders as far as DNA. This person is a Sanders. This is the descendant of the twin brother. This one is, I believe, they haven't been on in so long, but They have all the shared matches that say Sanders. This is Myrtle Sanders, one of the sisters, the sister of my great grandfather. This is a Sanders. I don't know how she's related right now, but according to that, all of these are Sanders. I would say she's probably related to the Sanders. I know that Wendy is a Sanders. I have a tree for her that is private that I need to put in the public tree. I need to go back and do that. Okay, anyway. So I know she's a Sanders. So I'm gonna assume that probably all of these are likely related in some way to the Sanders via Jim Sanders or someone related to him. And that's what these dots are for. This one in particular, Sanders. Sanders, Neil Wilson Carter is my Sanders Neil is my great grandfather's father. He's a Sanders and a Neil. His mother was a Neil. And his father was a Sanders. And then his mother was a Carter, and her father was a Wilson. So he would have 4 different avenues minimum, not to count the further grandparents, but initially 4 grandparents in common. But all of these people, so these are the sea breezes. And this is a new Sanders who's taking the DNA test. He doesn't have a tree, so I don't know, which way he's coming, but more than likely he's coming through a male, of course, because his last name is still Sanders. And more than likely a Charlie Sanders family. Because these are Charlie Sanders family. But so you see Seabreeze, Starling Roddy, see Seabreeze who has Roy in their tree, and No who has Roy in their tree, and Earlene Nams is related to them, and Mo is another Seabreeze. See, 3 of Seabreeze descendants took the test, but when they connect themselves in the tree, they are connected to a tree. But they connect themselves in the same way. Like if she's the daughter of Roy, and this one is N-O. N is in Nancy, O. And then this one connects herself as the daughter also. So they connecting themselves to the tree, and you would say, see, they might be sisters. They all must be sisters, because if I'm not mistaken, Mo also connects to that. See, where's Mo? So this is Mo, and when you view in the tree, Mo is saying that same thing. So they all connected themselves as daughters of Roy Jean Roddy. All right, I'm just going to do the green thing that I said I was going to do. And, okay, so I can't hear and hear. But, it could be because of Pinky, because Pinky is a Sanders. I mean, if she's a daughter. And they did name Roy Jean the first of their 2 sons behind the sister. I would think it's because of the sister that passed away. So I think that Pinky, which according to the divorce, I think the divorce document, she was born in 36, and the other sister was born in 39. And so she would have been the closest to the baby's age. She would have been like 4 years old. And so I think she named Roy Jean in memory of her sister. So, this is when you make a decision, y'all. And I'm going to make a decision now that I want someone to challenge. So I'm going to make a public decision. I'm going to create a situation right now. I'm going to her profile and I'm going to add mother. I'm going to add Earlene Sanders as her mother. And I'm going to add Otis Douglas as her father and make her a sister to, so here I'm going to do, was it Dorothy Douglas? Dorothy Douglas? Let me see. She would have been slash Douglas. Wait. So I could just put slash Douglas because I know that it was her married name. See how that happens. So here I'm making Earlene Douglas. Earlene was a Sanders. She married to Douglas. That's why I have slash Douglas there. It makes it easier to get to them, and I'm gonna add Otis. Select someone from the tree. I'm pretty sure it was Otis. Which means that the Roddies are gonna match my Wilson Carter family connections as well as my Sanders Neal family connections. Well, yeah, because Jim is a Sanders and a Neal, and Jim is the father of Earlene's father, Charlie Sanders, right? So I haven't even made him green yet. I'm gonna just make him. I'm gonna make him green, view and treat, and then I'm coming back to see if anybody is interested. So this is how he would. I'm gonna make him and his mother green, since I don't have a picture for them. So I go to the gallery, upload, drag and drop, drag or drop, double click the screenshot that I saved. Oh, maybe I just did it too fast, huh? Double click the screenshot. Done for done. Click the profile image. Click the image I want to save and crop it. I'm just going to slide that over. I don't need to really make it smaller. Right, because this is the father, see? So done. And now he's green, and it's because of her. So I'm going to do the same thing. Gallery. Upload an image. Double click. Done. Profile image. Double click. Well, just click. I think if I had double click it, it would just save the whole thing. And I want it to look like this. For female. Done. So I'm like creating my own through line here. Robert Wilson. I gotta go to the gallery. Upload. Double click. Click. Done. Profile. Click it. For male. Done. And then Marianne already has a picture, and so I'm not gonna do that. But this is also both of them are the parents of my third great grandmother, Marianne. Grandfather, great grandfather. Okay, so my grandfather, his mother is Bernice. My great grandfather, whose mother Bernice is my great great grandmother, and her mother Marianne. Right, my third great grandmother here. Because see, this is her daughter. This is my great grandfather's mother. So we have DNA connections with all of the people that are part of this. So in the gallery, I'm gonna just do the same thing. Click profile, double click. I double clicked it that time. So even if you double click it, it's still gonna do the same. Just go right here. You have to choose use full image for it to be. That's good enough. Done. All right. So now viewing tree. And this is it. And then I'll come and see if anybody wants me to help them look for something. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. I need to find me a song to sing for patience, because I get kind of impatient about this part when that circle just keep on going like that. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close it. And I'm gonna go. Oops, did I close another one? I think I closed another one. Okay, I don't want to close those. That's a part of a build. Okay, I just leave it off. Okay, let's see. Um, Let me read what you're saying here. I'm gonna just put it up on here so I could. Am I? I'm also gonna exit my stop. I'm gonna stop my screen for a little while. Okay. I love doing my genealogy, but I simply don't have the. I know it's terrible. I miss so much work. I'm telling you, it takes up so much of my time, and I have to work. Yeah, yeah. You know, I definitely have gotten caught up to the point like I'll go to sleep because of exhaustion, and then I will sleep until I guess until I my body's my mind is steady working. So as soon as I could possibly sit up, I'm trying to start where I left off so I don't lose the thought or the chain of events that I'm trying to accomplish. And I'll sit up and I'll do a few, put my fingers to the keyboard, do a few more things, and then I'll fall back asleep again because I'm exhausted. And it just is so addictive too. I found the possible tribe that we're from, as well as information about all the neighbors. Yeah, that's right. With the same last name. Yep, that's what to do, which means they are my family and also the land. That's absolutely correct. Congratulations on that. Yeah. It's hard. It really is. It's really hard to separate yourself from okay, you got more here. Let's see. One half of our tree was completed and they had several pictures of one side. And that's there. I love that part. You can once you saving people, you can get into trees that might have, unless you mean physically, like you physically had a half of the tree done, which some of us don't have. But let's see, one half of our tree was completed, and they had several pictures of one side of the patriarchs in my family. Genealogy can be fun, yeah, it is. And now I got some of the young people interested, only cause they were so bored. But then I think they got addicted. I really do. Let's see. Look up that person. Look up that person using the census. There are households filled with your family. That's right. And hyperlinks to take you further. You can link folk all day. And I mean, and then I get to work. And the smartphones, you can, I telling you, um, I'm so terribly addicted. And then sometimes I'll find someone and I'll, see that they have been a member since 2003. I don't know how long Ancestry been around. And then it'll say on today. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So this is something that people can really just like be on every day for years and years. But I don't regret it at all. Like it's just so fulfilling to me. So I'm not, you know, I definitely I cannot say I regret any of the days that I wound up oversleeping because I just couldn't get up, or running out the house so late that I decided to turn back around. Oh, ooh, I'm so sorry that I mentioned that smartphones. Only thing I will say about the smartphones, personally, I don't like using the app on the smartphones. I like just using the browser, just go through the browser way. Not I don't like the way the app works on the smartphones. Sorry about that too. I don't want you coming back over here talking about something. Why did I do that? Because I'm telling you, if I'm onto something, I could just at least keep it going a little bit through the day. Just, just to tap here, okay, and look at it, go over there and look at the phone, do a little something. I'll come back to it. Did it download yet? Or whatever. I could save. You can do everything. It's just not, you can't open up all these tabs, and maybe you can, depending on, I know. Oh my goodness, you're going to be in trouble. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, yes. You just go to your Chrome or whatever your internet browser is and log in. Just that's all it is to it. I don't even know what to say now. I feel bad a little bit. But you won't regret it. I'll tell you that. You will not regret it. So I guess I'm going to lay down, and I'm going to try to let my let it make myself not get on some journey that I'm going to be popping up trying to do, looking at this. Because what I've been trying to do is document as much of what I'm doing as I can so that I can refer, in particular, these nieces that are interested right now to look at the video and ask me questions um, opposed to me just, taking each one of them through this, because it's the same thing. I mean, unless something new happens, like anybody, you could, it's like it's more than one way to skin a cat. You can do it this way, you can do it that way, you can do it a whole bunch of different ways. But I'm just showing you the one option, and I'm going to stay kind of consistent with the options that I'm showing you. And then if you discover something else, that's great. But to explain it over and over again, when I could just, do a series of videos, because my pattern pretty much stays the same. And you're very welcome. You can do a lot. And I just hope, I hope to see you back. Maybe you'll come up and join me and do some genealogy up here with me. I've been helping a few people here and there with, whenever someone wants a little help looking up someone. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say peace and love and all those well wishes. I know they have the No Grandma tour going on, and they are doing a webinar type thing where you can actually watch some of the I think the speakers or something like that. And I'm like Chief Netcher. I'm we got to move personal issues and feelings about anything going on in the community of our people to the side and still take what we can learn and try to be supportive as possible. Some of us, we be having so much going on at home that we just, we can't afford to get involved with the parts of personality issues that go on. And so I just, you know what, I don't know about the notifications other than, well, I'm happy you did. I don't know about the notifications other than that. I noticed that I hear a lot of people say if people like the video, then more people get notifications. But I don't really go through through that too much. I will tell you this: Tuesday mornings, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I usually, because I get up for work about that time, and on my off days are Tuesday and Wednesday. So about 4 o'clock in the morning on Tuesdays, I really do try to hold a regular date that I'm going to get on. And even if I just like say for some odd reason, and I cannot think of one, I don't feel like doing any genealogy, I'll still just get on and just see if anybody shows up with you know wanting to just chit chat, wanting to do a little build of their own, or have a little help trying to find someone. Okay, thank you too. Well, I'm glad. Everything happens for a reason, so I'm happy that you found me this time on a stream, and I was able to give you something to hold on to, because that is gonna be you're gonna, I think you're really going to enjoy that option, because that means you can keep a little stream going, you can keep a little line of communication with what you've been working on going throughout the work day. And that somehow gives me a little bit more motivation. Peace and love, Gretchen. Peace and love. I was just over here doing some genealogy for a little while. I've been on for about 2 hours almost now, so I was getting ready to shut it down, um but I'll be on I know I'll be on Tuesday. I'll probably be on in between, but for sure Tuesday morning, unless some act of God should prevent me. Okay, good. Set your alarm and come and check me out. Oh, okay, yeah, if you're not working, of course. That's right. And yeah, because a lot of because I used to have this problem. A lot of what I used to do was listen to people's stream, but then I at work, but then I couldn't see what they were showing, and that was a big part of what they were doing, and so it was pointless. And most of my builds are something that you have to watch. So if you can, if you can watch, maybe you'll be able to join me if you're not working on Tuesday morning. And if you don't see me before then, because what's tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, I'll probably do a live somewhere in between um, now and Tuesday too, because I'm kind of really working on a specific build called the Young Girls build, and that's just a play on words, but it's about two sisters who are DNA connections to a file that I have another family member, um, and it is to his father's side of the family, of his family, his paternal side, and just showing how you go from point A to point. This is why we match. This is our common ancestors. So I've been doing that build, and I'm doing that more spontaneous, and I'm saving the continuance of the build for the stream so that it can be like watching me as I go along, opposed to this is what I found, coming back and showing what I found. So okay, so with that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and you all have a beautiful tomorrow. And I don't know if you all noticed that people are, I don't know who gave all the people the firecrackers, but people are doing these firecrackers here in Chicago like crazy. Like it has been nonstop, and they started doing fireworks in March for whatever reason, almost every night in all of the ghetto neighborhoods in particular. They are doing fireworks, and they have been all the way since March. So it just finally got quiet recently. So, okay, I'm going to go. Peace and love, y'all.